Hi, I'm Brunson of Modern Photography Group, the owner of Modern Photography Group in Tampa Bay area. We're located in Tampa Bay, but in the city of St. Petersburg area, and we work in Tampa Bay, Sarasota, and also in the center of the state towards Orlando. Looking to expand into Miami. And today I'm going to talk to you about the big word of marketing, but a smaller way to kind of break it up and so it can be focused. Now, this is for the beginning person in their photography process, and they're trying to get photo jobs. So before we get started on that, what I want you to do is like, share, and subscribe to this page, Modern Photography Group on YouTube. Also, swing on over to Facebook and like us, Modern Photography Group over there, like our page over there. All this stuff comes in there. Also, then go to Instagram and like modern.photography.group over there. Then like Firefly Event Photography, all one word. And then like Pierce Brunson Photography, which is PIERCEBRUNSON Photography on Instagram. We have a bunch of brands over there too that relate to our services. So the big thing about marketing when you're starting out is more than likely, especially when you're starting out photography. In my earlier videos, like I wanted you to focus on what you wanted to do. Okay, so you're getting your money together. You're probably working in the day, or you have things to do during the day, and then you have a little bit of money to kind of start this photography thing. So you get one camera and you're on the go. One of the things I said in the other video is focus on what you want to do, and then let some outside non-advertised or forced or focused events or opportunities photography wise come to you, and then you make a choice on that if you're going to do them or not. The thing I'm saying in this video is, now how do you get photo opportunities? What a lot of people do is they market to the people that they know. That's the first thing, so really what you're doing is you're approaching your business from a multi-level marketing type standpoint. So you're going, hey, friends and family, I'm now a photographer. Come and give me a little bit of money so that I can have this business. Well, that's a starter business approach, but that's not going to, that's not going to sustain you. It's just not, because for the most part, people hang out with people in their income bracket. So if everybody in your income bracket may be like middle class or whatever, then how are they going to pay you $300 for a family shoot if that's just not a part of their budget? They may give you $50 or maybe even $100, but it's going to be a real push and press, especially in the beginning. Now, they're going to probably throw you some money and go, okay, yeah, you can do it. But when you become professional, are they going to be the ones that you call? Probably. But then again, are they going to pay that price? So it could be a long time before you get to the point where your friends pay your price. Okay? So how do you get to that? Of course, you're going to go out there. I suggest in the other one, take some controlled free shoots. I've done it before, where you find the people, you dictate, and then you give them the pictures, and then you have them write a review on the process. But the big thing I wanted to tell you about was how to really calculate and get more jobs. And here's our approach. My approach for every service that we have revolves around 50 meetings. So it's 50 conversations where I am in front of a person who potentially will buy, because we're talking about buying. Okay, we're having that conversation. So they're either saying, hey, I'm interested in photography, tell me about your product, and you discuss price. Okay, that's a meeting. All right, so now that can happen in a store. You're walking around in the store, you may have on a photography shirt, or you may run into somebody, that from your past, and they say, what are you doing, and then they say to you, hey, I need to get some pictures done of my family. We haven't had any in a long time. Okay, and then you say, well, I can do them for you. And then they're going to say, well, how much do you charge? Or you interject how much you're going to charge them. Say, what I'm doing is for friends and family, and I do this. Friends and family is this amount. People that I know, supporters, they want to go out real quick. I know their kids. It's this amount. Now, that amount isn't reduced that far off of where we are now, because actually I'm a good photographer now. In the beginning, I was like, if you can give me $35, that type of thing. But now I'm like, nah, it's just going to be a break off of that, because we do so much for our customers. So now, being a legitimate business, I say have those meetings, and I think for every brand or area that you want to do. So if you want to do weddings, you need within a year to have 50 meetings about weddings. 50. Just have that number, because what that tells you is, one, how hard are you going to work to get those meetings? Instead of having a random number of I'm just going to try to get meetings and whatever happens, happens. No, set a number that you're going to go for. So now you have to actively go out and seek brides, grooms, mothers of not brides and grooms, but people getting engaged, mothers. You got to make those connections somehow, some way, where you have a conversation. The conversation talks about price. Now, again, that doesn't mean you get the job. It just means you're having a conversation, and we call that a meeting. The only way I call something a meeting is if I have a conversation about price and the person has a consideration where we can possibly put something down, or I can contact them and follow up. Okay, and let them make a decision. So they're not going to make the full decision there, but you let them know what your rate's going to be. They can kind of, figure that out and go, oh, okay, we can do that, and so on and so forth. Or they say, let me think about it. And then just say, yep, here's my card. Let me get your information. I'll follow up on you. Or if you're connected to them on Facebook, because you're in the beginning of your business, then just message them and say, hey, I got some time these next 3 Wednesdays. Look at your calendar. These next 3 Wednesdays for a sunset shoot. Wondering if you and your family would be interested. We talked before. It'd be a great time, real quick. It'll take an hour. And like I discussed, this was the price. Or wait to them to come back and then say, because you've already discussed price, and then say, yeah, because I'm running a special, friends and family, starting out $50. You get the images. It'll take me, 5 days to get them to you. They'll be processed. They'll be beautiful. You'll get 8, 10, 12, 15 images, whatever it may be, whatever your process is. So you have to have 50 conversations like that in order to calculate what your return is. So if you have 50 and you're getting 0, then you need to look at your process. So maybe you're not talking to enough people. Maybe your photography isn't good enough. Maybe you need to have more practice sessions to bump people towards you. So, but more likely you're not going to go 50 and not get 1. Unless you're just terrible at photography, then you do need to practice more. But that's what I would say your process should be. So start with 50, and then so focus on brides if that was your focus of what you picked. So let's just say brides and families is what you're going to focus on. Then start having conversation about family pictures, and what you'll do is you'll realize, I don't have that many friends. That's what you realize, because I can think about, if you look at my Facebook page, I have a lot of friends and acquaintances that are on my Facebook page. I think it's like over 1,000 or something like that. It's not 5,000 like the limit, but I think only maybe 2, not even 2%. It's not even that. I can't do the math real quick, but I would say only about 20 people have purchased from me from all that. Now I've had more inquiries where we've talked. I've probably had like 50, 60 business talks, meetings where they asked about price, where they asked about this, like what I could do, so on and so forth. But probably about 20 people have purchased from me. And those are just my direct friends. And I'm talking about in the beginning. So I've gained people beyond that, but that's how that ratio is probably going to work. So if you stick to the 50, then you can measure that. Then you can say, okay, I had 50 meetings, I got 5. Okay, what about those meetings? And even ask the person, what about those meetings made them buy? Well, if they say, well, I was just feeling sorry for you. Okay, accept that. Or, well, no, I liked your photography. All right, cool. Make sure also they write a review for those 5, because those 5 now, let's just say you get 5 and it only takes you 6 months to talk to 50 people. And out of that, you get 5 people. Make sure everybody writes a review on your Facebook page. And also, if you have a blog, make sure they write a review on that too. So make sure they're always writing reviews, and especially on your Google Plus, area or your Google connected site, make sure, send them the link and say, please write a review. That's so important because reviews are important to people. Okay. And you really want positive reviews. Now, if you look around, you'll see a bunch of people that have, 5. I mean, on our Facebook, we just started it like a couple months ago and said, hey, all the people write us a review. And it was funny because we've had those 20 people, and it was my birthday, and I said, hey, write me a review for my birthday, and we only got 2. Happy birthday. But I had 50, 60 people wish me happy birthday, and I'm like, yeah, just write me a review. So again, now what we do, especially when we do what we call discounted or whatever, we'll say, hey, we're looking for a review as a discount. So that's something you can do additionally that you can build on. But it goes back to getting 50 meetings, having those conversations, and then seeing how many you got out of those 50. So if you talk to 50 people and you talk about money via, and it's about weddings, how many of those weddings did you get? And remember, if you're just shooting these alone, how many weddings do you want? Let's just say you're really good and you have 200 meetings a year. Okay? 200 meetings a year about weddings, and then you get 50 weddings. That's working every week of the year. That's a lot of work. Okay? So again, measure those 50 meetings, and out of those 50 meetings, if you're getting 5 or 10 people, to me that's a pretty good pace. If you can get all 50, that should be your year, especially based on what you're going to be charging them. If you're good enough and you get 50 people and you can charge them $300, that's pretty good, especially if this is a part-time business. Now, if you go full-time, you're going to have more meetings. We know that. You're going to have way more meetings and more a stretch on your marketing. But while you're just starting out, push to talk to people about 50 meetings. And 50 meetings includes a conversation about photography, what they want, what services you can do for them, and a cost. Those are the 4 elements of a meeting. Just having a simple conversation about, yeah, I'm a photographer, I got a camera, that is not a meeting, so don't count it. Okay? Even if you type and text with somebody and somebody has a conversation with you, you get their name, their number, whatever, and you already know them and they ask you, count that as a meeting. And also, if you don't get that, count that as a loss too. So I've had people, just email me about, or just text me over Facebook that I've known. Hey, such and such, here's what we do, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And I tell them the price. Okay, thanks, we're still shopping around. Okay, that's a meeting. And if they don't buy from me, that's a loss. So then I make sure I do my percentages and we go from there. Yes, it can get more complex, but other than that, it should just be really, really simple to get meetings. So start with 50 meetings and you'll be good to go. I'm Pierce Brunson from Modern Photography Group. I know this went a little long, but that's okay. Like, share, and subscribe to this page. Again, going over to Facebook, Modern Photography Group, Instagram, Modern Photography Group, Pierce Brunson Photography, and what else do I do? Firefly Event Photography. Hopefully, this process will help you move forward, and you'll be able to get things done, and you'll start to be able to have some numbers to measure. All right, until next time, shoot review number 8 is done. Yeah, number 8.